The COVID-19 pandemic has brought about a loss of $1.2 trillion globally and job cuts of around 120 million this year. According to CII, India alone will account for job losses of upwards of 5 crore people, and the organized sector, which consists of branded hotels, tour operators, travel agencies alone will lose upwards of 1.5 lakh crore this year. The tourism and allied industry in the region of North Bengal and Sikkim will face a similar fate. With no vaccine in sight, the situation is only getting worse and the tourism industry is bearing the brunt. The industry has already taken a toll when there was an extended shutdown in the hills for 104 days due to the statehood agitation, and the industry was slowly healing when the COVID-19 pandemic struck the nation. Even with easing restrictions, non-essential travel, especially for tourism, seems a long way off. If and when people start traveling, business owners will have to invest heavily on specialized sanitation measures and minimum contact protocols. News at 9 spoke to an entrepreneur associated with the tourism industry in the Darjeeling Hills, and she spoke on the deep crisis that the industry is going through again after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Hi, I'm Preksha Sharma. I'm from Kurseong and I have been with the tourism industry for 6 years. My journey began with my homestay in Kurseong, known as Constantia Cottage Homestay, and I'm also the member of Himalayan Hospitality Tourism Development Network. And we've started this campaign recently known as the Theek Nahi Hai campaign, which is an online petition that we've floated out for all tourism related people to go through and sign so that our voices reach to the government. The reason behind this petition is because tourism as such did not receive any help from the government in terms of how to restart our current projects, because all our savings have been exhausted and we do not know how to restart. We do not have any backup money. Especially there are small establishments which run on very low rates, and they do not have like a savings as such, because they run on day-to-day basis. And with this long lockdown, all of their savings have been exhausted. So all these smaller units are at even more threat, and we do not have the financial help or the aid to even restart our properties following the protocols that has been laid down by the government, like the social distancing norms and sanitization procedures, because all of that requires some amount of investment, and we do not have the money to do that. So how are we going to operate post-COVID? It's a very big question, because there was no aid from the government. There is no help from the government. All the finance minister could say is "theek hai" to our problems. So we want the finance minister to know that our problems are huge and her "theek hai" is not going to solve all of it. So we've tried different ways to reach out to the government. We've written letters to them. We've written to the concerned representatives, but we haven't actually got anything positive or concrete as a solution to our problems. So we hope that still our voices reach out to the respective departments, the governments, and they understand that tourism is not just about hotels and homestays, but it is about the guides, it is about the small eateries, it's about the porters, it's about the staff that has been employed in the hotels and the homestays. So there's going to be a lot of unemployment because of this, and also there are many hotels that are paying their staff salary still, in spite of so many days of lockdown and no business. So it's very much difficult for them also, because if they do not pay the staff salary, their families will go hungry. So how are we going to handle all these problems without any help from the government? We just hope that all of this is communicated well to them, and they actually listen to our problems and give us some solution to work, because the moratorium is also of no benefit, because when we start paying, we pay more than, we have to pay more because of the interest cap. So there is only all problems and no solution at all for us. So I just hope we are heard. That's the only thing that we want now, to be heard, because we will be in complete disaster without being heard.
The financial implications are huge. The sector desperately needs intervention of the strongest kind from the central government and not just a ठीक है. Dear respected and honorable finance minister, ये ठीक नहीं है. We are dying a slow, painful death. The small budget hotels, travel guides, travel operators, homestay and many others in North Bengal are reeling from this pandemic. The slew of announcements by the finance minister left practically nothing for the tourism industry. The Himalayan Hospitality Tourism Development Network has started a signature campaign named as Theek Nahi Hai, Save the Tourism Industry, which will be sent as a signature petition to the PMO's office, hoping that the campaign will awaken the government on the dying tourism industry and its stakeholders all over the country.